He never slams the door of hope in her face. Jesus says, let the children first be filled. Now that word first should have been a clue to me all these many years, because it was exactly what this broken-hearted mother needed to hear. Jesus did not say, you cannot have what you are looking for. He said, I have come to the children of Israel, and they must be filled first. And she took that to mean that perhaps seconds were available. Now, she hears Jesus compare her to a dog. And the Jews looked at all non-Jewish people as dogs. Outside of Judaism, the words that they used refers to a mangy cur. Just a mangy cur. And it's used as a metaphor of people who are unclean, who are filthy and dirty. In fact, the Jews used this word to refer to sodomites and homosexuals. So it's not a pleasant word. And you'd think that a dog is a dog is a dog. You know, you would think it would have different meanings. But lo and behold, this one does. Jesus used that word in Matthew, the part that meant a mangy cur, that meant unclean, filthy, and dirty. He says, do not give dogs, and the Greek word there is kuon. Do not give kuons what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs. Now, the word there, kuons, means unclean, filthy, and dirty. The word here is very different. It's kunarion, and this word means little puppies. He wasn't calling her a mangy cur dog. He was referring to her as a little puppy. And it means a beloved pet that's in a house. It refers to an animal that's looked at as part of the family. Now, I know Connie has a couple of Canarions. They're not Kuons, but they're Canarions. They're part of the family. They're little puppies. And I want to imagine that as Jesus began to speak, he has this twinkle in his eyes. And I believe she immediately catches the meaning. The image here is of a beloved puppy sitting under the table while the family eats a meal. It sits there hoping and expecting, in spite of the parents saying, don't give that puppy your food, you eat it. But as soon as the parents look away, we're kind of feeding the puppy, aren't we? We're throwing something to it under the table. So that's the image of that puppy sitting under the table. It sits there and it hopes and it expects that someone will slip it a little morsel of food. She says, I know that it isn't right to take the food from the children's table and give it to the puppies. But even the puppies are sometimes treated to a morsel from the table. All I'm asking for is a crumb. I'm not asking for everything. I'm just asking for a puppy's portion. And that's what touched Jesus. He didn't call her a dog. He just called her a puppy. And she caught up on that. Sometimes the obstacles of faith almost always turn out to be opportunities in the